sampah sembarangan. Udah tahu sampah biang masalah, buang sampah pada tempatnya lah.
Iya ya, kalau bukan kita, siapa lagi? Ayo kita buat Jakarta jadi bersih.
Bahasa Indonesia.
Bahasa Indonesia.
Rekam. Langsung.
Ya, Pak Gubernur, pertama-tama terima kasih sekali Pak Gubernur for taking time of visiting delegation, Minister Theo Serla, Bapak Theo Chong, is dari international enterprise, and Bapak Douglas Ho, dari PF. Dan during the stay in, during the visit in Indonesia, Pak. Pak Amil, Pak, this is Ambassador. Yeah, I mean, you know him very well.
Close friend. Family.
During the, and then they bring more than 25 companies with the total delegation is about 40 companies. And then during their visit here by Indonesia, first day we visit the Jakarta, meeting with Ibu Menlu, meeting with Pak Menteri, Pak. Dia di KPM, dan tadi malam networking juga dengan pengusaha parkir Singapura. Dan today meeting, this is a really great opportunity with one of the famous governor in Indonesia, Bapak Agung. And then after this, they are going to Cikarang, visiting industrial estate. So they are looking for the opportunity for investment, increasing trade and so.
We are very enthusiastic to welcome all the Singaporean businessmen invest here. Especially we really want to develop a wastewater management.
Wastewater management.
Yeah, I think Singapore has really have experience.
Yes.
We have two big pipe to see. In Jakarta, I think more easy because from the south is a higher place to the north. You could put the two pipe, so we have to change. Ini Pak Tanto, Prof. Tanto ya. Rino, ini Pak. Udah kenal ya? Belum? Udah kenal Pak Hasan, Tanto Prof. Nggak ada dari Kadin. Yeah. Also waste to energy. And this is big opportunity. And also property. Some of the company from Singapore already invest property. We really also want to develop a light rail transit, like a feeder in Singapore. But the idea is like a Chicago. All is elevated, and yeah, get through between the building and above. No, light rail all is elevated.
Yeah, you like the elevator.
Yeah, it's like a Chicago.
Yeah,
So we will use this river or green area in the building.
So now the project, we have a company, SMRT, the project.
Oh yeah, it's different. This MRT is the main. This is from south to north and east to west. But
so
between
different
them, we want to develop a cluster
Ah.
between the residential area, office, and shopping center. So we want to develop this light rail. I already sent our Trisna, our CEO, his company, to visit Singapore.
Okay.
They learn about this light rail. I think it's a good idea. I always talk to the ambassador. For me, Jakarta is easy because Singapore already struggled for the experience, have the experience. I just copy you. I just copy Singapore.
So you give the people to do, come here and do, right?
Yeah. It's more easy for us. Just copy. I also want to make the reclamation island.
Oh.
We have 17 islands. Maybe more than 9 is owned by our company. They have opportunity to join together to make this property, and you could make this
Industrial or recreation?
We have industrial, resort, and residential. Near the new Tanjung Priok seaport, we also could develop our own seaport. We want to develop airport, but after the technical study, there's no use because when we developing one airport in the Marunda, the same, when takeoff and landing time, the other part, Halim and Cengkareng, have to stop. There's no use. No increase the capacity. That's why yesterday in the government meeting with the president, I asked for Kerawang. Kerawang is a good place. This is a Purutani land. This is a forest ministry land. Maybe almost 90% of the land is owned by this company, owned by forest ministry. So I talked to Mr. President, we will cancel the planning for this airport in Marunda. But if the central government want to give to us the land in Kerawang, we will invest, use our own money. Maybe we could have another partner to join. We will ask our local partner. Also, but I don't know, this is a little bit misinformation for the president. Maybe Lino is very smart. In our calculation, even the new Tanjung Priok port will accomplish, we will still like deficit 1.5 million TEUs. But he report to Mr. President, he will surplus, he could handle 15 million TEUs. It's different. In the calculation, you deficit 1.5. That's why President said maybe you have to think again for another 2 seaport. President don't want his other become a compete and become bankrupt. But this is very difficult to, I don't know, this is technical. But if we are right, they will still be deficit 1.5 million years. So we want to develop our own seaport in the left side of the Tanjung Priok. We want to make a linguistic, but all is reclamation. I think this Singapore has a great experience.
Reclamation.
Yeah, when you don't have a sea to reclamation, again you come here. I like to make a joke, when you want to make a reclamation in the northern coastal line in Jakarta, I think very long time you not yet reach the 1,000 Island. After you reach the 1,000 Island, make another reclamation, still very far to reach the Belitung Island by Kampong. Yeah, if you reach the by Kampong, you still very far to reach the Natuna. So we build a lot of place. I think Jakarta is still the best for reclamation, for the seaport, for the logistics. Because we have an experience. And the world experience, we always start extending from the existing. If you develop the new one, it's not easy. Jakarta just, I think this is very important for us. Also for power plant. We really want to develop a gas turbine power plant. It's also an opportunity.
Singapore company have done all this. How can they have access like a chance?
Directly to
Oh.
Hassan and the Professor Stanton.
So far, who does all this project? Local company?
We use our local company, our arms company,
The city's company.
city company, so it's more easy. B2B. We have a Jakarta Propertindo, we have also Pembangunan Jaya, Ancol. So they own the license for this reclamation island. We also have already give task to this Jakarta Propertindo to develop a 2 incinerator for waste to energy. Because bidding, too many sue, too many. 2 years, we do nothing. There's a Singapore company and Japan company. So both of them claim each other. We said, okay, 2 years I could not wait anymore. It's better stop, use our own money to develop. And for what? We need a lot of money. We get in here almost 4 billion US dollar our budget. Now it's almost 7 billion after rupiah became 12,000. So we could not say almost 8 billion US dollar, 7 billion US dollar.
Oh.
This,
But you do it yourself, you got some risk as well, like your own budget, your own company.
but for us it's better work together with the experienced
Yes,
company.
yes.
That's why I'm interested in
Yeah.
Singapore. I really want to copy the Singapore city.
Yeah.
I read the once the opening, I forgot where. The world needs 50 more 100 Singapore for the city. That's very interesting. That's what we want to.
We have a lot of public and private partnership. Yeah, private takes the risk, public also takes some
That's
risk.
why I want to take your experience how to make the city. Yeah, maybe we still have before Pak Jokowi be president, we still have a problem copying Singapore because Singapore is a state.
Yeah.
We are not. We have limited many regulation under the law and the central government. But now it's different. We could call the ministry, just talk very easy now. Yeah, this morning, like I talked to public works. Before it's very headache to talk to public works. 13 reports, control minutes, I don't know. Have a central government road, the pedestrian. Why you had it? You couldn't control. Like Simatupan, have abrasion. Jokowi asked our public work to handle it. The minister feel he feel you are not polite to do their duty. But now it's different. I just make a call to the minister. Sometimes he called to me. And I talk to him. And give us your pumping. Okay. Next week I will prepare the letter. But I do it now. Everything okay.
Oh, good.
Yes, sometimes we have to, how to say it? We have to break the barrier and the sea water. Sometimes it's not it's lens of sin. So the barrier become too high. Before, if we want to them break this wall, we need to study how many months for the study to learn could break this wall or not. Today, no. I just send the heavy equipment, just do it. I just call him, sorry sir, I do it, I just use the natural feeling. Maybe 10 press I broke, maybe 2 strong. 2 strong I will prepare. It's okay. Like electricity for pumping. Many years, no electricity. If I use fuel, a problem. I just call him, sir, you want to do it or I do it? To supply the electricity, to make it become efficient. I do it. And afternoon, the electricity company already can. Very fast.
And you are a busy governor. Every minute you busy, every day.
That's why every day I have to. Yeah, but if you are not busy, I get sick. That's the problem.
it.
Okay.
But Mr.
Maybe talk.
I just say, Governor, you mentioned about some of your teams may want to visit Singapore to look at how we do certain things.
Every week they visit Singapore. That's why
Governor, you visit Singapore must tell us.
I have a lot of friends in Singapore. So many Indonesian people live in Singapore.
Governor, we are very prepared to work with them to see whether they want to visit the relevant companies or organizations in Singapore. I will be very, very prepared to help them arrange a
The
proper
most
program.
busy ambassador before, there's maybe Suharto era and another is the ambassador of Singapore. Every day, still busy. It's better if point me as an ambassador, I want to Africa is better. I want to come.
To the Honorable Governor of Jakarta Capital City Government, Bapak Basuki Purnama, Honorable Minister of State of the Ministry of Trade and Industry Singapore, Mr. Theo Surulak, Honorable officials of Jakarta Capital City Government, and distinguished delegates of the Singapore Business Federation and International Enterprise Business Mission. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and welcome to the City Hall of Jakarta Capital City. I would like to extend my appreciations to all of you for your attentive presence here as we welcome here in Jakarta. All together, hopefully we will share this lovely morning in a most friendly atmosphere. My name is Benedetta Ninda, and I will be your host this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you all have been welcomed and have hopefully truly enjoyed our traditional refreshments of Jakarta, we would love to proceed to the next program, which is a welcoming speech by the Governor of the Jakarta Capital City Government, Bapak Basuki Purnama. Bapak Basuki Purnama, the floor is yours.
Excellency Minister of State, Trade Industry, Mr. Theo, Excellency Ambassador, Singapore, Indonesia, also the delegates. Welcome to our City Hall, Jakarta. Good morning all. I hope you enjoy Jakarta. Singapore and Jakarta is like a one state. Actually, it's like a one state, but two administration. Yeah, because you go to Singapore, everywhere around the Orchard Road, you hear people speak Indonesian. And you go all the apartment, even rented house, you will find my neighbor, our friend Indonesian too. This very close. Most of them, I think, all the airplane, weekend, some of my friends stay in Singapore. Some of my friends stay in Jakarta, weekend, because the weekday they work in Singapore, visit Singapore, some they work here. So very close. That's why we really enthusiastic to welcome all the businessmen to do the business together in Jakarta. We believe if Indonesia is strong, good in economy, will give a good impact for the Singapore economy too. So we're very close together. I hope this morning we could talk. I have to appoint the PIC. Many meetings like this, after that, just meeting and done. Then nothing. That's why I have to introduce, here have my Deputy Governor, Professor Stanto, have to give. And I also hope all our business cards have our cell phone number. That's very important. So people will have a good connection. We always give to people. And I want to introduce to Assistant for Economy, Hasan. He is also our President Commissioner of Bank, Bank DKI. That's our President Commissioner. And also our business who control all our company, Provinsi company, Pak Tamu, and the big reform. I think the important is you have to know these three men here, how to develop, how to expand the business. We really, in my planning is, if we could work together to develop and manufacturing and a seaport and airport in Jakarta, but use the reclamation island. We still have a 3 and 4 island, we could do a reclamation. This is a very big opportunity. I believe it's more easy for us to extend from the existing port, like Tanjung Priok, in the northern side of Jakarta, and the east side is Marunda area. It's near Bekasi, near Kerawang. We also really want to connect in all the places, use the high transit. And that's what our planning for Jakarta. Another is we want to develop a gas turbine and also wastewater management. We really want to copy Singapore. That's what he said, the world needs maybe more than 50 Singapore, the world become better. The city, you have to develop like Singapore. Pedestrian, the green area, the park. Because if we not enough park, too many Singaporeans become stressed and they get out from the city. That's what you need to provide for them, the strength with Jakarta. That's what the president, when he still was a governor, he believed if Jakarta become green and many parts will decrease the tension of emotion. That's why I have to move to his room, because his room have a waterfall, a car. Yeah, I have to do this. Like Singapore, if you go to the airport, many or cheap. Learn from Indonesia first. But you're doing is better. That's what we want to learn back. So we could share together with business, and we want to make the Jakarta become better place and comfortable place for living together. And we could get a lot of business too. And what we do here in Jakarta is not for power, not for position for us. That's what President talk with me together. We don't care about the popularity because we're not for a position or for power. We just do it all for humanity and service to others. That's very important. That's the policy of the Jakarta province today. Thank you very much.
Governor and the beginning, investor, and still governor, same. How come always same? We had a private session with governor just now before meeting everyone, our business delegation from Singapore. My first sense is, for all our business delegation, is that my first sense is the governor is somebody who wants to get things done. He wants to follow up on everything. So he told us examples of how he follow up, calling, in our Singapore context, government agency to solve problem. For example, like our minister calling a town council to solve problem. In the same context, he will call in the morning and then afternoon somebody needs some equipment to solve the problem. So that's exactly how he's been doing it. First, you all may not know, some may know, some don't, is that officially, you have been made governor just 1 week officially. He all the while was acting governor. Acting for very long, very good actor. 1 year. So he gives us a lot of confidence, and I think governor has very big plans, and he believes in doing this major development to benefit the Jakarta itself and the people, Indonesian people. And he would like our business delegation to actually know more about those plans and also get to know more about the companies and the businesses in Jakarta and the vision that they have. There are several different types of sectors of business delegation that we have brought this time. 25 companies across the board. There's urban development, logistics, there are also property development, there's services, manufacturing, across a great diversity. Everybody wants to know where the places they could see opportunities and what are the companies and partners they could partner with. So in this time, we had a very fruitful meeting yesterday, meeting up with the Kadin, the BKPM, all this give us a very good briefing, very good understanding. But more importantly, we are right here in Jakarta where most Singaporeans are favoring the city of Jakarta for many years and they would like to explore all these opportunities. The government is very open to discussing some of those projects through the staff and the leadership here. So I think the business delegation should take this opportunity to actually get to know the place better and get to know the leadership better. This is your chance, this is your platform. So don't forget that. I know that he's a very popular governor, so maybe you all want to take photo and all that. I think you will oblige.
Take photo $200.
You never say, got discount in Singapore. Singapore discount first visit for the official governor. Okay, I want to thank the governor for graciously hosting us this time, and we had a very pleasant visit so far. Thank you very much.
To introduce trade industry Indonesia Chamber. And also Yuki. He is also the partner. You could choose. But if he is tricky, let me know.
Thank you, Pak. Maybe we can start one or two questions with Pak Gubernur.
Good morning, Governor and friends from Jakarta. Thank you very much for hosting us this morning. I thought I should respond and also ask some questions. Governor mentioned about hoping to copy Singapore and the world needs 50 more Singapore. I think it took us almost 50 years to build one Singapore. We cannot do a lot more than that. But we are certainly interested in all these big priorities that the Jakarta administration has put in place, infrastructure, waste, energy, power, electronics, and so on. I think some of these infrastructure Singapore companies like Sembcorp, Apple, and many some of these years as well, we have experience doing in Singapore. So we will be very happy to share some of our experiences with officials. Should they be interested to visit Singapore, talk to our companies, learn from our experience, and avoid the mistake that we have made in the past, like you said. You don't need to do the same thing, just do whatever the corrections that we've done and avoid all the mistakes that we have made. And we're happy to share some of our experiences and hopefully work together for future benefits. And hopefully that a lot more infrastructure will become Jakarta and we can see a more vibrant and prosperous Jakarta in 3 years' time. So we are open to working with officials if they want to visit Singapore. Singapore as a government agency that promotes investment in Singapore. We are very prepared to arrange interesting or relevant programs for officials when they visit Singapore. Thank you.
Is there any question? Maybe one or two. Silakan, Pak. Ada?
Thank you, Minister and Governor. I have a simple question we asked to Suryo yesterday. It's about labor. Labor has been a very hot topic that the audience they're too scared to ask. So maybe you can enlighten us how the issue will be solved. Thank you.
I think for us it's very easy to stand firm for our decision on the labor cost. All we use is we have a survey about the minimum basic need for a single. Remember when the 2012, when we just in this office, November, we just, I think I just 10 days in the office, they have a big demonstration, almost 3,000 people. So I had to come to talk to them. They don't want to negotiate, ask me to come in the stand for this demonstration. They asked him for 2.7 million at that time. I said no. So he looked at me. I said no, because all of you could be fired because of this decision. So what I have to do is I will look at the result of the basic need for single. At that time, that's why we increased become 43% increase. And I still remember the association of this businessmen like Materi, he visited me. He got angry with me. And we how to say it? Make a very bad argument and argue each other. Because 43%. What? Because the past 5 years, they never give according to this basic need. 5 years, always labor become disadvantage of this decision. So I make a big correction for it. That's why it increased 43%. And the labor adore us is like a hero. So I said, no, it's not because of us. It's because we're talking about the basic need. So after that, 2013, another decision I made for 2014 salary. Because the basic need just increased not more than 10%, so the decision is made. The labor asking for 30% increase. They said no. So they bring the coffin. They said we are the king of the cheap labor. We don't care. And for next year, the same, when I came in here, they're asking for 3.3 million. I said no. Because the basic need is increased a little bit. That's why our decision is 2.7 million. It's enough. We also already think about the no fuel for subsidy for the transportation, but transportation, like Jakarta, same price. They're not happy. They want to make a big demonstration. They said, I don't care. But when they make the correction, like a noodle, they use the floor price, want to turn to noodle. I spot them. Like water, drinking water is not enough. There's not enough drinking water. I spot them. But when they asking for going to the movie, the theater, I said, no. How come? But for the one family, if you have a family, it's not enough. That's why we provide for the children or smart card for study. That's why we provide for them. We also provide many low-cost apartments. Just pay the fee for service only 5,000 rupiah, a half $6 maybe. This we provide for them. That's the way we solve the problem. We also left the location, location for like a warehouse, a factory, manufacturer. Before you could not turn to be commercial area. Now we let them turn. So you could get the money from your land, from this warehouse area, become a business. So you could take a lot of money, capital to developing outside Jakarta. Like we stay in Bojonegoro, it's East Java, because we already have a complete double track, only 7 hours to come to Jakarta. It become easy. And the basic salary on the maybe 1 million. But for us, when we need our parking staff on street, how much salary give them? 2 times of basic salary. Like our bus driver, integrated 3.5 times basic salary. That's the way we solve the problem. But for the factory, we really want to move them out. But if they don't move out, we have to provide for them a low-cost apartment near the area. That's the Marunda. That's what the ambassador already had us. Singapore stand or staff and foundation to learn from Singapore how to manage this low-cost apartment. That's why for us, don't worry about the popularity, because sometimes many politicians will think about one man, one vote. That's why we did them. That's why we make many compromises. We already make decisions when we get into this office, we just obey, we stand firm for the constitution, not the constituent. We don't care they want to vote for us again or not, but we believe if just want to find out 50% plus 1, if we doing well on the constitution, people will vote for you again because you're doing the right. You could not follow any consequence. That's what our decision. You said I'm popular, but actually, what I'm doing is unpopular. I ruined many squatters, many illegal housing. We keep doing that. We keep doing a very strict or like a tax. We don't care. I said, I am your new godfather in this city. Yeah, I will provide you the best salary, 2 times of the best salary, but I am your new boss. You could not pay any tax in the city, any mafia, but we don't care. Because I really strong supported by the police and the army. We have a strong relationship with them. I said, I don't want to pay the militia to do a job or make a demonstration, make a spot for me. No. I really based on constitution. My security, all my gun come from police. I don't want to develop my own security. We train very well. I tell them we have a license to kill because we are official. Yeah, when people ask me about my human rights, the city human rights, I told them my city human rights few, very easy. I want 10 million people live full for their brains, their stomachs, and their wallet. They're very happy, they could have now live full for the stomach, that means they're healthy, full wallet without ever buying power. But if we found 2,000 people, we'll do it, or make this 10 million people die. I will want them. But if they keep doing that, I will kill them in front of you. I don't care. If you say that against the human right, I tell you, it's more against human right when you let 10 million people die because of them. That's why the government have the political license all the way to make this justice happen. That's my decision. Everybody. But what I don't realize, I don't know is good or not. There is some saying to me like this: "You look like a Lee Kuan Yew friend." I said, I don't know, yes or not, but I hope Jakarta will be like Singapore.
Governor, my name is Adeline Lam. I'm from the Singapore Manufacturing Corporation. We represent the manufacturers in Singapore. I've got two questions for you. First is, may I ask what is the priority industries that you have set for Jakarta? Because Jakarta has got many potential. What is it that you're attracting? I understand that your country is attracting maritime, but is this also what Jakarta would like to do? So can you advise us on your priorities? What are the investors you would like to bring in? Second is, can you also let us know your master plan for Jakarta? Because Singapore also has a master plan, where certain areas designated for certain things. So in your vision to make Jakarta like Singapore, what are the, your vision and your master plan for making Jakarta what you would like to be? Thank you very much.
Because your question is too difficult, I asked my professor.
I wish I could answer you, and if I wouldn't be able to answer, then I would ask Hassan to answer you. Okay, then I think the big policy of Jakarta being an industrial city is no longer appropriate for the environmental issues. But what we are trying to do with the industry, I think there are three things that you have to remember. Those are the industry has to be a kind of environmentally friendly industry, and it has to be high capital investment rather than human. And then it has to be a kind of high-tech industry. Those are three that we are underlying to propose to anybody to invest in Jakarta.
Very short answer.
Maybe some would like to answer.
Thank you. Short question, difficult answer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Jakarta, as we all know, from many years ago, it's been a trade city. So basically, we will rely on logistics and financial center. So these are the two key themes that we take to Jakarta. Now, as far as the industry is concerned, we are looking for, as the professor said, high-tech, high-value industry. Why? Because we have very limited land, and this land is very expensive. So we would, as also mentioned earlier, that we would try to push out some of the industry that has no longer economic value of Jakarta. The other thing is that in order to support all of this, we would strengthen our services. So we would be focusing on service sector. As you can see from Jakarta's economic structure, 72% of our economy coming from service sector, which is the banking, also some portion of construction. So for future, in terms of master planning, we are seeking for number one, a good and efficient infrastructure in terms of mobility, and also a good port. This we are still discussing with the national government, and maybe as a result we will come up with twin ports, one owned by national government, the other one is for city government. So these are the things that we are focusing on for the next 15 to 20 years. Now, that will require a lot of investment for infrastructure and services, because our trade now, I don't know the latest number, but looking quite well, but we're not very good at import and export, because a lot of goods are coming from outside of Jakarta and using the facility to go to other destinations. So basically these are the two main themes that we have in mind for the next 20 years. Thank you.
Good morning, Bapak Cabinet. My name is Patrick Hua, and I represent the Energy Supply Corporation. And we stand in the front lines for investment, and we help to smooth out a lot of things that make it easy for the foreign investor to come into Indonesia. Now, the question posed by you and Emily is talking about the kind of master plan. And what if this master plan come out? Where do we approach the central government or the Dekani government for all this project? We need to have a direction. And I propose, if I'm not wrong, we can approach Deputy Cabinet or Bahasan for all of this project for infrastructure.
But of course, you can follow up everything to the suggestion. But, well, I remember a while ago before we entered this room, Mr. Governor has explained something about our future project. There are some potential projects like he mentioned about the waste management, those are including solid as well as the water management. So I think there have been some tendering process happening in this project, and we do have some project in place, but some are being postponed or something. For example, when we talk about the not the solid waste, but the solid waste management, we have been of having sort of master plan on having like the not only the ending of the process of the disposal of this waste, rather we have sort of idea the intermediate treatment facilities. This we plan in the master plan we have 3 idea, and at that time I think the Jakarta is futuring to see how to process this waste management, not in the outskirts of Jakarta, like what we have right now, but we would like to have probably also in Jakarta. So this idea is a kind of technology that has to be environment friendly, and it has to be I think we're buying quite less piece of land because we are scarce of land really. So you can have this kind. I know Singapore you have Keppel, for example, and I've learned also Keppel was once also in Jakarta to propose their technology. I think they have been joining also the tender, even though we are not continuing this project, but I think we will have to do sort of re-tender for this project. I think these are the projects that you might have in the future, but also we do have a plan to have a public service, like the governor also has mentioned before, that we would like to have the LRT, for example, the light rapid transit. Along with the MRT we develop right now, we would like to have also LRT, because I think Jakarta is really in need of having this public service very quickly. We know that MRT is coming probably in 2018, probably even more, but we'd like to have the LRT is the light capacity that would be able in service probably in 3 years or something. So I think Singapore having those kind of experience, and there is no need of doing sort of long and lengthy study. I think what Governor has also said, that just do it. I think we can do it quickly and we can learn a lot from your side. Okay? Thank you.
There is one more question. Okay, one last question.
Short questions about the infrastructure for the governor. Governor is in the deputy infrastructure about the LRT and the MRT also. About Jakarta Monorail and the waste energy plant, it's been announced for many years and inaugurated by you, Dr. Gowi, and President SBY. The whole world wondering what the heck is happening with all those sticks on the street. Is the project moving forward or change to LRT? And waste to energy, there are hundreds of people interested to get into the project. But apparently, some owner, they say they own the project, but they don't do anything for the last 7 years. This is enlighten us. Thank you.
First, about the waste to energy project, we really have a problem because we have to pay tipping fee. You need use a bidding process. That's why too many companies sue each other. I don't know how we make decision to develop on company. Talking about monorail is good when you have existing destination that you don't want to extend. And this is totally investment by the business sector. But the problem is they ask for the property right, for the air right, more than 100,000 square. The first 100,000. So we make a complaint, they make it 100,000. My question is, this is a very short distance. You said you want to develop the transportation for us, connecting the property to another property. But if you increase another 100,000 square, I'm afraid maybe even for your 100,000 square meter, you new monorail is not enough. So there's no use. Another for the technique, you ask for one line for road for your foundation. Then you ask it in tanaman between the building going to develop in the area, a huge building like a huge compound. But say okay, but if you want line, it's unreasonable. Otherwise, it's not going to pay 3 million rupiah. For what? We give you 100,000 meters square. We could do it by ourselves. Our budget has 8 million rupiah. And the government here, the official, just could spend 35% of that. We have a lot of money. That's why asking my husband, we be a business commission of the bank. We make our banks like BCA bank. We will give them equity until 30 trillion, 40 trillion. A lot of money could not use because many spend, many efficiency. That's our opinion about that. We're talking about if you want interesting in this, waste of water, waste of energy, you just join our company, good develop, especially for the waste water management. Jakarta only have 3% coverage, the whole Jakarta. That's why we lack of the water, the fresh water. Jakarta is very, iron. We have a terrible river. Every rainy season, or not rainy season, but the over area have rainy, is a part everywhere. But we not yet enough water for fresh water. We just cover maybe 60%, 70%. Ada bahasanya. Apa cuma 70%? Nggak sampai 60%. Hah? Ya, 56% residential in Jakarta. We could provide the first one. And most of the big buildings, they use the deep. Well, that's the problem. The land succeeded. But we could not provide the water. It's a big opportunity too. Like I live in the northern area, Jakarta. You know, one of my friends, because his house is big, my house, big swimming pool, 1 month he spent almost $2,000 to buy water. No water company could provide for water. Didn't buy. Very ridiculous. You could not supply. That's why we want to develop a lot of wind. We want to develop another. If all the wastewater is going to be put, and that's where we have a lot of water. That's a big opportunity. But if you want to get in this water business, I think it is difficult because in the Suharto era, he gave granted to the company with a ridiculous. I don't know, maybe we have to have the Singaporean judge to arbitrate. To help us, I don't know. What do you think about this? Yeah, it's really crazy. But we want to do business, we want to work back from the already make agreement, but NGOs bring this to the court. They think they could win without spend a lot of money. If I pay, I will bring the jail because if somebody already sued, bring this to the court. But they do nothing, just do it. But we really suffer for it. For these 2 years, we do nothing. But we want to develop a new line or a new residential area. They have their own system, like Menerima, they have their own system. Very good system. That's what in our mind to develop one small school. And also our company want to, maybe I don't know, we just want to change the CEO of the company or ask him to make an improvement on your procedure. It will not be very best better CEO. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think the governor has offered you a lot of opportunities from water, infrastructure, waste management. But not only offering opportunities, the governor also offering a new hope for Jakarta. That in the next 10 years, Jakarta will be the next Singapore. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the remarkable greetings and such an insightful discussion. Now we would like to proceed to the exchange of souvenirs. Therefore, we would like to kindly invite Bapak Basuki and Mr. Theo Surya to exchange souvenirs on the stage. Thank you.
Menteri Perdagangan. Nah, soal ini ya. Ini yang lain kita mulai dari kita bahas kemungkinan investasi
kamera Pak
Singapura, Jakarta. Karena kan bagaimanapun juga kalau kita mau bangun kota, saya katakan baik Jakarta itu nanti Singapura. Dia udah punya pengalaman, baik orang air limbah, karena dia nggak punya sumber air minum misalnya gitu kan. Nah, jadi dia tempat terbatas. Jadi kita nggak usah lagi ikutin kesalahan-kesalahan yang dulu. Kita harus loncat lagi yang sudah berhasil. Nah, kita Singapura kita harus bilang ini jangan mirip-mirip banget, ini udah kayak saudara banget. Orang kita ke Singapura, Singapura ke sini. Kalau Indonesia bagus, ekonominya saya bilang Singapura juga akan baik. Kalau ekonomi Singapura baik, kalau Indonesia baik. Nah, ini ada efek besar untuk yang kecil gitu. Ya, kecil. Nah Jadi kita perlu lah belajar banyak. Dan sehingga kalau dia bisa invest, kita kerja sama teman-teman kita itu aja sih.
Seperti apa kerjasamanya itu bekatnya?
Macam-macam kan kita bisa bangun kawasan industri bersama, kita bisa deklarasi bersama, kita bisa bangun kereta bareng, kita bisa bangun rumah LMK bareng, atau RTG bareng, banyak. Jadi sampah ini belum. Tapi orang politik ngomong dulu, bisnis yang bisnis kerjain, mereka ngomong dulu, nanti itu ada bisnis-bisnis. Udah, Singapura udah masuk, provinsi udah masuk, kita juga akan naikkan KLJ kita ke 14 seperti Singapura. Di Jakarta kalau dilewati kereta api boleh tinggi, kalau dilewati kereta masyarakat transit, gedung-gedung boleh tinggi. Kita juga pengen banyak kontak, banyak taman-taman seperti Singapura. Jakarta udah masuk transportasi masal dengan ruang terbuka hijau yang cukup. Jadi orang Jakarta coba kita yang mana ini. Yes.
We had a discussion with the governor, and the governor was very clear in his vision of what he would like us to look at, as well as how we want to build Tamu city that and he shared many of his experience we shared many of the experience that he brought to this institution. He mentioned about water, he mentioned about how energy, those are the sectors that we felt that Singapore was not with our knowledge and we have done some of these things before. Hopes to be able to actually bring the same knowledge and also create the successes. The governor's clear vision has really helped us a lot to be able to see what our opportunities are. I think with his guidance and his help, I think it all depends on what the governor and his team mention those sectors. So, about these are the ways so these are so city, urban, many companies that actually have built all these services to be able to bring these companies, partner companies locally, and also that need the guidance of
Not a question for politics.
I'll stand near the door. Din lah. Ya. Dia akan satu di dulu. One, two, three. Okay, now.